Lethal Company Update 47 just dropped a few hours ago, and with it comes a lot of new features, like new competitive moons, changes to maps, enemies, and a ton of bug fixes. The game is going in a great direction, and I really like the pace the updates are coming out. But something a lot of people missed in the patch notes is the addition of a new journal entry. As of writing this, the Lethal Company wiki hasn't even added a page about it, and I'll just say, it is a major update to the lore. It definitely changed my views on a lot of things in the Lethal Company universe. Firstly, the logged entry can be found on Titan. You'll first need to land there, and you'll need an extension ladder, so go ahead and order one. Once you have the ladder, just follow the stairs up to the building's entrance and put your extension ladder down. You'll be able to come on top of this door and find the logged entry. After that, just go back to the ship and you can read it. Okay, so the first paragraph of the log reads, Date: October 1st, 1968. We're out of snacks and lemonade packets again. Desmond thinks the stun grenades are more beneficial. Well, if he puts off ordering my stuff for another day, I'm gonna take a shit on the control lever and ask what he thinks about his stun grenades then. Desmond, don't read this. This is just a funny little introduction, but the next paragraph is when things start to get interesting. I know I'm not the wizard, but I guess I'm the computer guy again today. Every time I go outside on Vow, they say I get pale, like I'm dead, so they put me on screen duty. They think I got soft or something. Whatever. Lucas is the scared one. Good luck keeping him from losing his freaking mind. I could stroll out at night like it's my backyard. It's just that I saw Rich on a hill. He was over on the other side of the river, but that was 3 days ago. I'm not scared. It's just getting cold outside. I think they just want me to have screen duty every day. And they all got an excuse. So, from the date and the context of the writing, we can tell this takes place after Richard's death. If you're confused on what's going on, my last video covers the entirety of the Lethal Company lore predating this log. So if you haven't seen it, check it out in the card above or the description below. I didn't cover it very heavily, but in the last lore video, even though Sigurd wasn't a huge fan of Richard, his death seemed to bother him greatly. It seems as if Sigurd is either hallucinating or actually seeing Richard in some form. Considering ghosts are real in the Lethal Company universe, it wouldn't be that surprising. It could also be some kind of mimic. The other crew members don't seem to be very aware, brushing Sigurd's worries off as grief or stress. He even seems to be in denial himself. Moving on to the third paragraph, this is where my views were completely shifted on the whole story behind the abandoned moons. I miss my dad. I hope he isn't staying on Titan. People are saying it's not going to look the same in 2 years. Jess told us they're about to go to war, and everyone is just waiting for it. Every time we go to sell, the company building is shaking, like there's a loud furnace inside. They are too afraid to quit. We can barely sleep to meet the quota, and it gets worse every time. God, I feel like I'm being squeezed through a needle. I wish we could go back. It was better working for Dad, even when I got nothing. Just daily allowance. I liked when he would drive us out of town to see the waterfall, and we walked on those old wooden stairs. I just wanted a real job. So it turns out Sigurd and Desmond's father lived on Titan at one point. The Titan Sigurd is talking about is probably much different than the snowy planet we know today. It even says in the log that in 2 years, nothing is going to look the same. So we learn at one point Titan was inhabited and had some form of civilization. This was 500 years ago though, so we can assume the war that Sigurd mentioned did in fact happen and completely changed the planet into what we know today. Sigurd then goes on to mention that the company building shakes every time they sell, and that they are too afraid to quit. I believe he's talking about the inhabitants of the Golden Planet trying to escape, almost confirming my theory that there are people still inside the monster. Sigurd and his crew are also getting to the point where they're having trouble meeting quota. As you know, the longer you go in game, the higher your quota gets. He talks about how he misses his father and he would rather go back to working for nothing. At the end of the log, he mentions a waterfall and old wooden stairs. I think, as well as being something Sigurd's reminiscing on, it could be a hint to a new moon coming in the future. So, that's the new Lethal Company lore. It's given us a lot to think about, and I'm loving the way the story's unfolding. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure to let me know in the comments below, and thank you for watching.